Hello everyone. My name is Marcello Colax and I am the Managing Director at Clever Markets. And today we are having a look at European energy markets for the week starting 8th of April 2024. I can't believe it's already April. The time is running fast. Okay, so here's the deal. Today, I want to spend some extra time on the TTF. And as you know, sometimes I do that simply because it's worth looking at it for a little bit longer. I want to show you what I thought happened last week and what I think might happen next week as well. So here's the deal. I am not going to run through 10 different markets and just throw some targets at you. I will take my time and we will just methodically go through the charts and see what the TTF is offering at the moment. All right, sounds good? Cool. So as always, we start with the weekly chart because it's important to get an overview of what is happening broadly. And zooming out, we can see that here nothing has changed for like quite some time, right? So we are making lower lows and lower highs on the weekly chart. So that means the downtrend is in place. If you're so inclined, you can draw on a trend line here like so, right? That is perfectly acceptable. No issue here. Whenever I draw a trend line, I like to copy that and simply see if we can draw some nice channel of any sort. In this case, no, we only have this one line matching down here. I don't think that's a good one. So if I wouldn't act on it, I don't draw it in. The next thing we can draw in is maybe a line like so. And here we can see we are almost having a descending triangle, which in itself usually is a bearish signal. But we are already at the multi-year low. Yeah, you can see we haven't been this low since, 2021. So chances, I don't know. So usually this pattern would mean a downside continuation. Okay, but I'm putting this away for now for visual clarity. Now, zooming in, now we understand, okay, so we are overall on a downtrend. And this has been, for the longest time, be confirmed by bearish momentum tools. So it simply means the bears are pushing lower. But can you see this? We have, so after this spike last year, we have been continuing lower, but we didn't see much of the bearish momentum re-emerge. And that simply tells me that although, this has been going on for quite some time, so since November 2023, but the bears don't really have the heart in it. By the way, we're talking about the medium to long term now, however you want to see it, but I'm talking like months ahead, Then the next thing we see that, we did correct higher over the past couple of weeks, and we did hit resistance at the 23.6% fib. Where's that level coming from? Well, it's simply this downside. This down leg here, and we are correcting higher, right? And we usually know that, okay, anything below the 23.6% fib is considered noise. If we break above it, then we have a real correction on our hands, and then we could easily move to the 38.2% fib. And if you break above this, then usually the target is in the 50% or 61.8, like the deep corrections before the downtrend continues. So in any like normal scenario. So having an upside correction is completely normal. But here's the thing, we haven't even made it above the 23.6% fib yet. And we kind of saw that we had like 1, 2, 3, 4 candles that are showing us that the market is unsure. So here, I know it's a very short up leg, so it almost doesn't count, but we have definitely some thrust here. And we start seeing this candle here, which could be interpreted as a hanging man. So some people might be saying we didn't have enough of a preceding up leg in order to revert lower, which is I partially agree with that. I partially agree with that. But what's also true is that we moved higher and the market didn't really do much else. So this here simply shows us that the bulls, after like 2 good weeks, were stopped out. They didn't make much gains, and we, for the first time in 2 weeks, actually made a significant low. So that's still not very bullish, is it? Then we had 2 weeks of hesitation. And that simply shows that we opened where we closed, that we closed where we opened throughout the week. And this is not a bullish signal, it's not a bearish signal, it really just means hesitation. And back at this point in time here, I was kind of saying that, yeah, maybe we could hit the 23.6% fib, at least test it, and we kind of went there. And then we had another day of week of hesitation, and then we have another candle like this, which could be interpreted as a hanging man. And here's the thing, depending on how you want to see it, maybe this is like a hanging man, so the market moves lower, or maybe is it a hammer because it's hammering out like the bottom and now we push higher. I don't think it can be a hammer because we are still fairly much at the top. Maybe if anything, a hanging man, which usually leads to more losses, yeah, so maybe something like this. So what are the chances of the market moving lower? Well, on the weekly chart, it doesn't seem too bad. So we do have a bearish stochastic signal, and I always like to confirm small candle patterns, so like the smaller swings, with stochastic, so an oscillator of your choice, yeah. And I like to indicate the big moves with the momentum tool and a trend tool. So what is happening? We see that, let me zoom out a little bit, we can see that we are in a medium to long-term downtrend. That is undisputed. We are below the trend line. We did try to move higher, didn't quite happen. And now it looks like we have actually topped out here as well. But the bears, they are not really in it anymore. The momentum isn't there. So what could happen now is a little bit of a sideways trend where we just jump between like somewhere in the 30s and the 22s. Yeah, so something like this. So these are all the options, right? Now we know what can happen. So we could possibly like move a little bit lower. Yeah, then we could probably hit this here again. If we move below 22.3, then all bets off. We simply continue the downtrend. If this here holds, then probably a little bit of a sideways trend. And if we break above this, then we'll probably have a little bit of an extended correction, like somewhere in this area. And can you see, with all these options mapped out, we make no pretense that we know where the market is going. So by the way, if you ever work or see or talk to any sort of like a technician, and if they make you believe that they know where the market is going, they're straight up lying to you. So nobody knows where the market is going. We are all just guessing. Even the best are just guessing. It's all just educated guesses. So I would like to use TA, or I'm using TA for something else. For me, technical analysis is trend identification, trade planning, and risk management. Just these three things. No predictions, no crystal ball stuff, none of that. Yeah, we're really just going with the flow. But when the market moves, then we can start making like better trading decisions in the moment. And that's what where the value is in TA. So now we are on the daily chart, and I kind of want to talk about this here. So you can see we are in an uptrend here, and this uptrend is simply like this bit here, right? What's moving higher? This is this here. And now the idea was for the market to maybe move lower or not. So what's going to happen here? So here we are a little bit on the weekly chart. We are undecided. There's no preferred case right now, to be honest, because it's all over the place. But the lower level charts, so in this case, the daily chart, can help us a little bit. So we see that we are making higher highs and higher lows, well, up until now. So the market is near-term bullish within the trend channel. Oh, this is not a very clean channel. Let me correct this a little bit. So let's put this actually down here, and let's correct this. I think this here is this is a little bit cleaner. So I'm just showing you what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm looking at this here, and I'm looking at this here. Okay, so once we have a channel, if we have 2 hits, it's a tentative channel. If we have 3 hits, it is a confirmed channel. And in this case, this here has been working out for like fairly long. It's quite nice. Somewhere here, somewhere there, wherever you want to put it. I don't know, just leave it here for now. Maybe this here could actually be, there you go, maybe a slight ascending wedge, and ascending wedges are usually resolved to the upside. But for now, I don't know, we'll just leave it as a channel. Okay. So the important thing here is, I'll just put this back here. Let's not worry about that too much. I want to focus in on this. So my philosophy, or the Clever Markets methodology, says that we want to see 2 consecutive closes below a trend line to undo an uptrend. And we did have 2 consecutive closes below the trend line or below the channel, but I did not go bearish. Bearish means I'm not looking for short selling opportunities. Why not? Because the candle that we broke with is a hammer, and a hammer is a bullish reversal candle. So what I did after the hammer formed, I said, you know what? If this is, yes, we did break lower once, but we broke with a bullish candle. And I want to see a close above the hammer for for the bounce to be confirmed, so we move higher. Or I want to see a move below the hammer, which would then simply lead the market lower. So what happened the next day? Indecision. Remember, so this is a spinning top, and it doesn't mean bullishness, it doesn't mean bearishness, it simply means there is no preferred direction. And you can see if the market, we are like trying out like crazy, like 2 different directions, and more or less we ended up where we started. If these thousands of traders in the market don't know what the market is doing and they're just playing around and just trying to figure out the direction, this is not for us the place to make firm or big scale bets. This is not our place. We have to wait it out. Yeah. If these thousands of traders don't know, we for sure don't either. So this is hopefully where the humbleness of the trading comes in a little bit, or technical analysis. Then the next day, last Friday, boom, we broke higher. So this is kind of confirmed. So I'm just pushing this resistance level up here for now. So this means that, yeah, okay, so I did stay. Yes, we did have 2 consecutive closes below the trend line, but there was no indication of real bearishness. And you can see now we are getting a bullish signal on the stochastic. So this is kind of confirming this whole up swing. So now for me, the idea is that we remain bullish, near-term bullish, as long as we are within this channel. And we could revisit the 30 area again, because you can see it's an important level here. It's an important level on the weekly chart. It's not drawn in right now, but it's also where the 100 EMA kind of coincides. So it's all leading us to the 30. And once we're at 30, then we have to reevaluate the market. So now the next question is, when am I wrong? So you can see that my preferred direction is bullish, but I'm wrong if we actually start moving below 25.18, because there's always a chance for us now to maybe move a little bit sideways. And I don't want to have any like longs caught up in this sideways move, right? So, but above here, we would have been looking for buying opportunities. But yeah, overall, I think that the market could still move higher. But we have to monitor the session, the up like session after session. But we know that we are definitely wrong if we move below 25.18. So once again, here's no prediction. We're just saying what is more likely, and we know exactly what the market looks like when we are wrong. So there's no more guessing. Now let's have a look at the intraday chart, because as I said, for the weekly and daily chart, it's always the lower level chart that moves first. So you can see I'm on the 15-minute chart. That might be a little bit too much noise for some of you. So you can just have a look at the hourly chart. It's more or less the same in our case here. Doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, there you go. Let's wait for the data. Brilliant. So what is happening here? Overall, we start seeing that, yes, this downtrend channel was broken to the upside. So we make the same rule. Yeah, 2 consecutive closes above it means we are turning from bearish to neutral, but you're also making like higher highs and higher lows. So we are bullish. Now you're wondering, okay, what is this? This looks like a hanging man. So maybe we move lower first. Yeah, could be. Why not? But here's the thing, we did not get a bearish confirming signal on the stochastic. So the chances of this here actually turning bearish is lower. Not non-existent, but lower. But overall, we are bullish, intraday bullish, as long as we are within the ascending channel. And now a lot of things can happen. So let's look at it. So one thing that could happen is we move a little bit lower on Monday morning, but ultimately just continue higher and start swinging within the channel higher. So which would then really be in line with our expectations for the daily chart. If, however, we start breaking lower, this, there you go. If we start breaking lower again, then we know exactly when that is. Maybe we would exit any longs if we break below the channel, and maybe we start looking for short selling opportunities as soon as we start moving below this trough here. Once again, no predictions. We are just saying that upside continuation is most likely. And we can see the occasional swings, absolutely, but the channel should be maintained and higher highs and higher lows should be maintained. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. My name is Marcello Colax, and that was the TTF front month.